Good evening students, so welcome to Unacademy EAMCET YouTube channel. So myself Dr.Rajendra Prasad, biology educator on Unacademy EAMCET platform students. So in today's class we will be discussing the multiple choice questions on sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So before starting the class, so I would like to introduce about our Unacademy Plus subscription. So let us see something about our Unacademy Plus subscription students. So Unacademy EAMCET has reduced, so it has reduced its prices by 40% students. So if you're interested, you subscribe now. This is the best time to subscribe the courses students, because the prices has been reduced to 40%. But this is the best chance to subscribe, and certainly it will be helpful for your upcoming entrance examination students. At the same time the board examinations also, certainly it will be helpful for the students. So try to utilize this chance and learn from the best educators in the India. So if you're interested, use my code RAJENDRALIVE. So if you're interested, use my code RAJENDRALIVE students. So use my code RAJENDRALIVE to purchase this Unacademy EAMCET Plus courses. So let us see what are the different price plans to purchase the Unacademy EAMCET Plus courses. So 1 month trial plan. So 1 month trial plan is costing around 1,500 rupees per month students. So 1 month trial plan is costing around 1,500 rupees per month. So if you use this my code RAJENDRALIVE, so in that you will get again 10% discount students. ఇంకో ఇక్కడ 1,500 రూపీస్ ఉన్నాయి. దాంట్లో మీకు ఇంకా ఈ కోర్స్ ప్రైస్ 1,500 రూపీస్ పర్ మంత్. ఇంకా మీరు నా కోడ్ యూస్ చేసినట్టే దాంట్లో 10% అవుతుంది స్టూడెంట్స్. అంటే మీకు 1,350 రూపీస్ మాత్రమే మీకు ఈ కోర్స్ 1 మంత్ ప్లాన్ అనేది అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది. సో ఖచ్చితంగా చాలా తక్కువ అమౌంట్ స్టూడెంట్స్. ఆల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్, నాట్ ఓన్లీ బయాలజీ, యూ కెన్ లర్న్ ఫిజిక్స్, కెమిస్ట్రీ అండ్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ ఆల్సో బై subscribing this particular 1 month plan for 1,500 rupees. So there is a 3 months plan. This another best plan is also available still for a lower amount, that is 3,750 rupees. So 3 months plan is costing around 3,700 rupees, 3,750 rupees students for 3 months. So it is one of the best plan that is available. Then you see the 6 months plan is costing around 6,000 rupees. 6 months plan is costing around 6,000 rupees. So certainly it also will be helpul for you. And once again, if you see 12 months plan, so 12 months plan is costing around 8,250 rupees students. So 12 months plan is costing around 8,250 rupees students. Similarly, if you take 12 months plan, so 12 months plan, 24 months plan is costing around 12,000 rupees. So if you use my code RAJENDRALIVE, so you will get 10% discount from the given prices. So certainly use this opportunity and get the subscription students. Now let us see what is the benefit of taking Unacademy Plus subscription. So if you take Unacademy Plus subscription, what are the benefits? The premium content will be available at affordable price. So structured live courses, dedicated live doubting sessions, and quizzes at regular intervals. So quizzes also will be conducted at regular intervals students, and lectures will be in batches. So you will be having lecturers also at the batches. You can choose the batch of your interest. You can choose the batch course of your interest students. So if interested, use my code RAJENDRALIVE so that you can purchase this Unacademy Plus courses. So let's see what are the already batch courses that is running on. So there is one batch running that is called Rapid Revision for Telugu batch. So Rapid Revision Telugu batch is running. In that I am taking the biology courses. So you can join if you are joining this batch course if you are interested students. Similarly, there is another best plans available, that is Rapid Revision for batch, that is PCM batch. The PCM batch is also available. Similarly, later batch, so later batch for EAMCET 2020 preparation is also available. So that is for the PCB, upcoming PCB courses. Okay, if you're interested, you can use my code RAJENDRALIVE and purchase these later batch courses also. So similarly, PCM courses is also available students. So you use code RAJENDRALIVE to get all these plus subscription courses students. So you will get 10% discount. So apart from this, you are having a daily 2020 practice. T20 practice is also going on students. These are all available on free on our website. So daily any one of these subjects, like it can be mathematics, physics or chemistry, 20 questions will be available, and you will be having in 20 minutes time, so that you can practice these multiple choice questions in the respective time. So take live tests and get leaderboard ranking also. So leaderboard also will be giving the ranking to what. So what is your ranking in this one? Then it also evaluate the performance, and attempts will be made multiple times. Okay, so practice will be available, and you will gain the confidence. So certainly it will be helpful for the students. So try to utilize this test series. So this all you will get available for free. So you will be getting all this for available for free. So how to attempt the test series? So there is a test series is also made available on our app. Okay, so this is for plus subscriber students who subscribe to our plus courses will be able to attempt this test series. So this is how you have to test the this is how the test series will be available. So you have to type on the plus, then you will be getting the live test, and you can practice based upon of your interest in respective subject students. Okay, anyhow, so let us move to the today's topic on the sexually important flowering plants. So we'll discuss some multiple choice questions on this topic, sexually important flowering plants. In that specifically we'll discuss some questions regarding the male reproductive part of the plant. So we'll be discussing about some male reproductive part of the plant, that is about the stamens. So we know that flower has 4 whorls. You can see clearly in this diagram. So flower, this is the typical structure of the flower. This flower has 4 whorls. Okay, so this particular flower has a 4 whorls. You can see in this diagram the flower, it has 4 whorls. In the first one is called as a calyx. Now this is the calyx, is the first whorl actually. Now this is the calyx. So calyx is the whorl. So calyx. Then you have corolla. So calyx, corolla. Then we have androecium and gynoecium. So these are the 4 whorls. What are the 4 whorls of the flower? So first one is calyx, second one is corolla, so third one is androecium, and fourth one is gynoecium. So you can see here, now this is the calyx, now this part is calyx, okay, and now this part, now this is the corolla, and we have, so these all are the stamens, which are the androecium part. So you can see here multiple stamens are present, and this part, now this B part is gynoecium actually. This is the gynoecium. So like that, every flower has 4 whorls: calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Out of these 4 whorls, the androecium and gynoecium, these are considered reproductive part of the flower. So these are considered as a reproductive part of the flower. So these are known as reproductive part of the flower. So these are known as reproductive part of the flower. So whereas calyx and corolla, so these are accessory organs. These are additional, or these are the accessory organs, and these are the additional organs. So 4 whorls, calyx and corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Androecium and gynoecium are considered as reproductive organs, whereas the calyx and corolla is considered as accessory organs. Okay. Now let us see. So in the given question, if you see, so no doubt A. So A is no doubt it is the clearly shown that it is a style actually. Now this A represents the style, and B. So B represents the stigma. Now this part. Now A represents the style of the androecium. So B represents the stigma. So B represents the stigma of the flower. So you can clearly see that here option D is having stigma, and C, if you see C, now C part, now this part is a C, now this is anther. So C is anther. You can clearly see that C is anther. Okay, and of course D. So of course D is a petal or corolla. Similarly E, if you see E, it is a filament. So we have stamen like this. So in that stamen, so now this is a typical stamen. In that stamen, this part is called as the anther. So stamen has 2 major parts. Now that is the anther, and now this is stalk-like structure, that is called as a filament. So stalk-like structure of the stamen is called as a filament, and both are joined by specific point. Now this is called as connective. So connective is the one which joins the anther with the filament. So connective joins the anther with the filament actually. Okay. So anyhow, so based upon this multiple choice question, option D looks like the most suitable answer for this question. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. So the given diagram shows the transverse section of anther. So identify A to E. So this is a transverse section of anther. So just now we have seen, now this is a stamen. In that stamen we have this one, this part is called as a anther. Now that part is called as a anther. Okay. Now this part is called as a filament. That part is called as anther, and this part is called as a filament. And if we cut the anther like this, so transverse section, if you do transverse section or we cut the anther, so if you do transverse section or we cut the anther, so if you do transverse section, so if you take a transverse section of an anther, what happens is, so we are able to see this type of structure. Now this appears as a butterfly-like structure. Now this is called as so tetrasporangiate. Actually, this condition is called as a tetrasporangiate. So it has 4 sporangia. You can clearly see that it has 4 sporangia. So it is a condition is called as a tetrasporangiate. Actually, okay. So hi Komla, how are you? So good evening. So welcome to Unacademy EAMCET YouTube channel. So tetrasporangiate. Now this is in this diagram. Now this part is, this is one sporangia. Here one sporangia will be there. Here another second one and third and fourth. So 4 sporangiate will be there. Okay. Now of course now this part is the location is connective. So which connects? So here this part will be connective, which connects the filament. Filament is connected to anther with a specific structure that is called as a connective actually. Okay. Now anyhow, so based on this, now let us see what are the options which is belonging to this particular given question. Okay. So if you see, so note out this A. So here inside this we have a tissue. Now the tissue is called as a sporogenous tissue. We'll be having the tissue. The name of the tissue is called as sporogenous. Sporogenous tissue will be present. And if you see B, so that B, this one, so this will be a tapetum actually. No, this will be a tapetum. Okay. Then we have this one will be a middle layers. So C will be cell wall. Okay. Now based on that we can identify the answer. So A should be a sporogenous tissue. So first one should be a sporogenous tissue, and B should be the tapetum. So B should be tapetum. Then we have C. C should be the epidermis. Of course, yes, that is a cell wall actually, epidermis. Then D. So D should be the middle layers. Yes. Now based on that we will take the option D A as answer. Okay. Now this will be the middle layers actually. So like this typical sporangia. So this typical structure. So transverse section of anther has different parts. The outer covering layer is called as a cell wall. So cell wall, or it is called as epidermis. So epidermis actually we should call it as epidermis. So below epidermis we have endothelium actually. Below epidermis there is one more layer will be present below epidermis. So that is called as endothelium. So below endothelium we have middle layers. So the number of middle layers generally ranges between 2 to 3 layers of middle layers will be present. And of course here, so within the towards the inner side of the middle layers we have tapetum cells. Now tapetum cells are the most important actually. So tapetum cells actually, these tapetum cells are most important actually. Here this is the one where tapetum cells are present. So these tapetum cells are very very important because tapetum cells provide nourishment for the development of pollen grains. So these pollen grains will be developing inside. So inside the sporogenous tissue. So sporogenous tissue further develops inside the sporogenous tissue. The pollen grain development will be taking place actually. So tapetum cells will provide the nourishment for the development of the pollen grains. Tapetum cells will provide the nourishment, whereas the nourishment to the pollen grains actually. So anyhow, so that is about this question. Let's move next one. So just now we are seeing tetragonal anther. So tetragonal anther consists of how many microsporangia? Of course, tetragonal anther contains 4 microsporangia. Just now we have seen in the previous diagram. The previous diagram is showing it is a tetragonal type of anther. Here you see this is one sporangia. Now this is another sporangia, and this is the third one, and this is the fourth one. So we have tetra. So tetragonal anther consists of 4 microsporangia. Now that will be answer. So option D will be answer in this case. Now let us see the next question. So next. So match the items with column 1 and column 2. So column 1. So we have column 1. We have A tapetum, B exane, C pollen kit. So D is vegetative cell and E is sporogenous tissue. Now let us see what is So let's see which option belongs to which one. So tapetum cells. So tapetum. So just now we're discussing about the tapetum. So tapetum is involved in. So tapetum plays an important role. It acts as it provides nourishment for the development of pollen grains. Actually, provides nourishment for the development of the pollen grains. Okay. So then before that, let us see some other options also. Sporogenous tissue. So sporogenous tissue, we have tapetum, we have axane. So axane is the outermost layer. So axane intense, it is the outermost layer. Axane is the outermost layer. Okay. So axane is the outermost layer, and it is involved in the outermost layer of the pollen grain. Actually, axane is the outermost layer of the pollen grain. Okay. Now let us see the options. So if you see the tapetum, so let us first go one by one. So tapetum, see pollen kit. So pollen kit is an oily. It is an oily. So pollen kit. If you see pollen kit is an oily and sticky layer which helps in the pollination. No, that is the right statement actually. So pollen kit is an oily, sticky layer helping the pollination. Okay. Then let us see about the vegetative cell. So vegetative cell provides the nutrition. Okay, it provides the nutrition actually. It provides the nutrition. So vegetative cells, it provides irregular shape and help in abundant food material. Okay. Then sporogenous tissue help in formation of the microspores. Okay, students. Now this is how you have to identify. Now let us move to the next question. How many microsporangia are there? How many microsporangia are there in each lobe? So each lobe of anther. So if you see each lobe of anther, so anther has, so a typical anther has two lobes actually. Typical anther has two lobes, and each lobe has two microsporangia. So each lobe has typical anther has two lobes, and each lobe has two microsporangia. So each lobe has two microsporangia. So each lobe has two microsporangia actually. Okay. So that based on that we will take option B as answer. So how many microsporangia are there in each lobe of anther means each lobe of anther has two microsporangia. Actually, so every anther has two lobes. Okay, and each lobe has two microsporangia. So option B will be the right answer in this case. So let's move next question. So pollen sac. So we were seeing in the multiple. We will be seeing in previous diagram. We have seen pollen sac. So from where pollen sac is developed from? Now that is the question actually. So pollen sac is developed from the megaspore mother cell. So megaspore mother cell. So this megaspore mother cell actually. So we have seen there is a tissue present that is called as sporogenous tissue is present. In a young anther we have tissue, that is the name of the tissue is called as sporogenous tissue. So this sporogenous tissue, inside sporogenous tissue there is a specialized cells are present. The name of the specialized cells, those are called as microspore mother cells. So we have microspore mother cells. Okay, so sporogenous tissue contains a cells, those are called microspore mother cells. So this microspore mother cells, so they develop into pollen sac. So inside that pollen sac the formation of pollen grains will be taking place actually. Okay, so based on that we will be taking answer as microspore mother cell will be the right answer in this case. So let us move to next question. So which one among the given performs the function of protection in a typical microsporangium? So which is providing protection? So we have seen different layers present in the typical microsporangium. Okay, so epidermis. So epidermis is involved in protection. So endothecium. So endothecium is the innermost layer below the epidermis, that is also involved in the protection. Endothecium is also involved in the protection. And below endothecium we have middle layers, that is also involved in protection. So tapetum. So tapetum is providing nutrition. So it is the one which provides nutrition actually. It provides the nourishment. It provides nourishment or nutrition. It provides the nourishment. So So it provides nourishment. Tapetum provides the nourishment. So according to our given question, which performs the production in typical microsporangia, which is providing the production. So which is providing production typical microsporangia means, so we will be taking as option D as answer. So it is providing the production, that is epidermis, endothelium and middle layer. It is providing the production as a production. Okay. Next. Which of the following layers of microsporangium provides? Which of the following microsporangium provides nourishment for developing pollen grains? So which of the following layers is providing the microsporangium for development of pollen grains? So for development of pollen grains, so which is providing nourishment means tapetum. So tapetum are the cells which are providing nourishment. So just now we are discussing. So middle layers is providing the production, endothelium is involved in the production, epidermis is involved in production. So whereas tapetum, so tapetum is involved in the is involved in the nourishment. So that is providing the nutrition. So that is called nourishment. Next. So functions performed. So functions performed by outer three most layer of microsporangium. So we were discussing the same thing. The outermost three layers is epidermis. What are the three outermost layers? If you see, so just now we have seen epidermis is the most outermost layer. After epidermis we have endothelium, then middle layers. So these are the three outer layers. So these are the three outer layers and they are involved in the production. Okay, they are involved in the production for the development of the pollen grains. Okay. Next. The microsporangia cells which possess dense cytoplasm. So which possesses dense cytoplasm and have more than one nuclei is a character feature of. So dense cytoplasm. So the cells which are having dense cytoplasm. So this is the point which we have to remember. So cell which is having dense cytoplasm is, of course, it would be, the answer is here is, so dense cytoplasm, if it is, so dense cytoplasm is present in the tapetum cells. Tapetum cells is having the dense cytoplasm actually. So dense cytoplasm is found in tapetum cells, and this tapetum cells is also having more than one nucleus. Sometimes it will be appearing as binucleate condition also. So it may appear as a binucleate also. Tapetum cells sometimes may appear as a binucleate. Okay, so it has more than one cells actually, one nucleus. So tapetum will be the answer in this particular question. Okay. Next. So in young anther, the tissue occupying at the center of microsporangium. So in young anther, so means the anther is not yet developed. It is growing. So it is growing or young anther. So in young anther, if you see, the name of the tissue is called as, so no doubt it is the type of the tissue. So what type of tissue is present if you see? So it is no doubt it is the sporogenous tissue. So sporogenous tissue is the tissue that is occupying the center of the each sporangium actually. Sporogenous tissue will be the right answer in this case actually. Okay. So sporogenous tissue is the tissue which occupies the center of the microsporangium. So this, we were discussing the same thing. This sporogenous tissue, inside this sporogenous tissue we have specified cells that is called as a microspore mother cells. So microspore, the sporogenous tissue develops into microspore mother cells. So these microspore mother cells, they undergo meiosis. Okay, so they undergo meiosis. These microspore mother cells are diploid in nature. They undergo meiosis to produce microspores. They undergo meiosis to produce microspores, and later these microspores, they gives rise to pollen grains. The latter they develop and gives rise to pollen grains. So the latter develop into pollen grains. So based on this, so we will take answer as option B as answer in this case. Okay. So hi Kirtana, welcome to Unacademy. Welcome to Unacademy YouTube channel. Now let's move next question. So sporogenous tissue of microsporangia is. So sporogenous tissue of microsporangia. So this sporogenous tissue of microsporangia, no doubt it is a part of young anther. Now that's what we have seen in the previous question also. Sporogenous tissue is present in young anther. Now that is the right statement. Then it occupies center. It is no doubt it occupies the center of the microsporangium. Now that is also the right answer. So it contains group of compactly arranged genus type of cells. Yes, it contains group of the homogeneously arranged cells, no doubt about it. No, that is the right answer. So based on this, we will be taking as option D. So option D is taken as the right answer, students, in this case. Okay. So now that is the right answer in this case. Next. So formation of pollen. So formation of pollen from pollen mother cell. So formation of pollen from pollen mother cell is known as. So the formation of pollen grain from pollen mother cell. So this pollen mother cell, if you see this term pollen mother cell. So pollen mother cell, it is written as PMC. So pollen mother cell has other name. It is also called as microspore mother cell. It is also called as microspore mother cell. It is also called as microspore mother cell. So microspore mother cell, MMC or PMC, both are same. So this will undergo, just now we have seen, it will undergo meiosis. This pollen mother cell undergo meiosis. Okay, it will produce microspores, and this microspore develop into pollen grain. So that's what we have discussed in previous question also. So such process is called the formation of microspores. Is called as the formation of microspores is called as microsporogenesis. The formation of the microspores is called as microsporogenesis. The formation of microspores is called as microsporogenesis actually here. Okay, so that is called as a microsporogenesis. The formation of microspores is called microsporogenesis. Then let's move, because it is a dehydrated microspores. Pollen grains are dehydrated microspores. So this is the most important point we should remember. Some amount of water is lost, and finally it leads to formation of the pollen grains. So pollen grains are the dehydrated microspores. Now that is the point which you have to remember. Next. So male gametophyte in an angiosperm. So which is known as a male gametophyte. So pollen grain is considered as a male gametophyte, students. No, direct question this is. So pollen grain is considered as a male gametophyte actually. So pollen grain is considered as a male gametophyte. No, that is the right answer in this case. Okay, so pollen grain is the right answer. So that's what it is, the main. So pollen grains. So pollen grains are, how is shape of the pollen grains? So pollen grains are generally how it appears. Generally the pollen grain is, it is a spherical. So generally the shape of the pollen grains are spherical in shape actually. The shape of the pollen grain is spherical in shape. Then each cell of microspore tetrad is, each cell of microspore tetrad is of course a microspore tetrad. So like this there is a formation of microspore tetrad. Okay. So inside this microspore will be present 4 microspores. So this is called as microspore tetrad actually. So this microspore tetrad, actually how this microspore tetrad is formed from microspore mother cell. We were discussing, right, MMC, microspore mother cell. Okay, so this microspore mother cell undergo meiosis. So when it undergo meiosis, it produces microspore tetrad actually. So we know that this microspore mother cell, so it is developed from sporogenous tissue. Inside sporogenous tissue we have microspore mother cells. So this microspore mother cell undergo meiosis to produce microspore tetrad. Now this is called as microspore tetrad. It has 4 microspores here. You can see it has 4 microspores, and there is one enzyme that is called as calase. Now this enzyme calase breaks the walls. So it breaks the walls of the microspore tetrad and produces 4 microspores actually. It produces 4 microspores. So anyhow, so each cell of microspore tetrad is always haploid. So if we see the ploidy, the microspore is always haploid in nature actually. Okay, so microspore is haploid in nature. So that is the reason we should take answer as option B as answer in this case actually. Okay. So anyhow, so this is about the today's discussion on multiple choice question, students. So before ending the session, so I would like to introduce about our Unacademy plus prizes, plus course prizes, students. So we were discussing previously, like Unacademy has reduced its prices by 40%, so it is a good one, so that you can subscribe to our courses. Okay, so Unacademy has 1 month trial plan. So 1 month trial plan is costing around 1,500 rupees, students. See, 1,500 rupees, if you use my code Rajendra Live, from that again you will get 10% discount. That means out of 1,500 rupees, again 10% discount means you will get the 1 month subscription for 1,350 rupees, students. Similarly, the 3 months plan, you can see 3 months plan is also available. 3 months plan is costing around 3,750 rupees. So for that amount also, if you use my code Rajendra Live, once again in that again you will get 10% discount, means 3,003 out of 3,750 rupees, again the amount like 375 rupees will be reduced, and you will get the 3 months plan for that. So it is a very best chance to utilize this plus course, students, because ఇంత తక్కువ అమౌంట్కి మీకు అన్అకాడమీలో ఏ అదర్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ కూడా మీకు దొరకదు. సో వీ హ్యావ్ ఎ బెస్ట్ ఎడ్యుకేటర్స్, సో ఖచ్చితంగా మీకు హెల్ప్ఫుల్ అవుతుంది, స్టూడెంట్స్. సో ఈ సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్తో మీరు అన్ని సబ్జెక్ట్స్ నేర్చుకోవడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది, అయితే ఫిజిక్స్ కానీ, కెమిస్ట్రీ, బయాలజీ, మ్యాథమెటిక్స్, ఆల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ కూడా. సో ట్రై టు యూటిలైజ్ దిస్ ఛాన్స్, స్టూడెంట్స్. Okay, so this is about our Unacademy plus subscription. So see you in the next class, friends. Thank you all of you.